Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first ever Valorant Camp Hill official live stream.
This is exciting.
Everyone, I am tuned up here with my good friend and fellow coach, Coach Ben. I myself being Coach Christian. And tonight we're going to be looking at some Valorant, specifically the Smite team, as we'll talk about that a little bit. But since we have Coach Ben up here for a little bit before he has to lock in and then tune into his match, Coach Ben, talk to me a little bit about some of the strategies that we're hoping to see tonight from your team.
Yeah, of course. I don't want to give away too much, but we definitely got some strategies cooked up. Some of the stuff that we worked on the weeks before that you guys have probably seen in the recordings. We're going to be looking at a lot of defensive moves, especially with us starting on defense. We're going to be stacking a lot of sites, playing a really unexpected. We're going to be trying to take some key chokeholds, especially in this match. It's going to be really crucial for us. It's going to be an exciting match going up against our rivals, say Las Vegas. So
and Ben, we've seen some, I don't want to say trickery, some unique comps and team plays before. Are we expecting to see more of those tonight?
To be quite honest, I don't think we will. We're going to be going to our grassroots tonight. We're going to be sticking with a standard 2 duelist, smoke, sentinel, and initiator, especially with a team like this. I think trickery is good in some cases, but tonight I think we need to go back to our grassroots, and we just need to prove that we are the better team tonight.
Perfect. And finally, one last question for you, Ben. What are you expecting out of your team?
A win. A win tonight.
Hey,
100%.
He keeps it simple. He keeps it straightforward.
We're expecting a win. This is the battle for first place. So whoever comes out on top is going to be holding that position.
A lot of stakes on the line for tonight's match. And honestly, I'm excited to cast it. So I hope you're excited.
I'm very excited.
All right. Well, thank you so much for kind of joining us up here for the intro, and I'll let you get locked in and prepare.
Sure. Enjoy, everybody.
Thank you. All righty. As I said before, ladies and gentlemen, this is our first ever official live stream, and we're excited. I'm excited. We've been anticipating this moment for months now. Ever since the streaming setup was built, we have been waiting and waiting and waiting to go live, and now we're finally able to do it. We finally have all the support and everything to do it. And now that we're here, it just, it's a full circle moment. Myself, Coach Christian, I know, Coach Andrew, I think pretty much every coach in this facility is very pleased and very excited about being able to go live and being able to come up here and cast and send their kids up here. That being said, for those of you that do not know the normal routine, I will explain a little bit. So as you just saw, we had Coach Ben up here talk about a little bit of stuff before the match, what we can anticipate and all that information. Of course, when the match starts, we will be casting that. Myself will be up here giving you guys a play-by-play, breaking down the game a little bit, talking over the match, doing my best to analyze it, of course. And then after the match, we will hear probably from 2 or 3 different players, depending on who has the best performances, whoever Coach Ben wants to send up my way, whoever he feels like needs to be highlighted, they will come up here and then we'll get post-game interviewed. And then, of course, to close it out, we will have another final interview with Coach Ben, and then we will end it. Just to give you guys a little bit of the timeline. And I will now introduce the team. Obviously, you guys don't see anything yet right now. You're just seeing me still, but we have a good ranked team. We are excited, and we see a little bit of a tradition going on, so I will wave back. One thing that you guys don't know about that now I can explain fully live on the air is that with the Valorant matches, we always have a tradition that whenever I start and whenever I'm up here casting before the match starts, some of the Valorant kids wave to me, and we wave. I will wave back as one of my nice things to do. So as we see, we are all in the lobby here. Just to give you guys again the introduction of the team now that I have the opportunity, we have the man himself, one of Coach Ben's students, also one of my students, Thunder, aka Evan. We're hoping to see a lot from him tonight. He's recently switched roles and he's been playing really well. So assuming that he can kind of continue to carry that momentum into this game, especially when it's needed. After that, we have Cerebral Ray, aka Lynn. Lynn playing Sentinel for us tonight. We're hoping to see a lot from her. Obviously, she's gonna lock down sites, and she's a very role-based player, so we are expecting to see that as well. Next, we will go to Animal Team, aka Evie. Evie playing the Initiator tonight. Kind of in charge of making sure Spike is playing it, helping the Duelists get in a little bit. Honestly, this match could depend on her a lot tonight. It'll be really interesting to see how she does. A little bit more of a swingy player. She definitely needs to be on one tonight, though. Next up, we have the other man, the duo, the guy, Raptor, a.k.a. Colin. Should be on Smokes tonight. I believe he's going to be playing Clove. Colin is a great player, one of the highest ranked players on the teams, and he is expected to pop off. Even as a Smoke, he can be one of the top fraggers, and I know that he is someone else that we are really expecting to see a lot from. And finally, last but most certainly not least, by any means, we have Jammer7, a.k.a. Little Ben, as you will hear me refer to him as. We are excited to see Little Ben. Little Ben, a very momentum, very swingy player. He really needs to be on one tonight. This is going to be a really tough match for these guys. And if he's not locked in, or if he's not feeling like this is a good game for him, he could struggle quite a bit. And obviously for this team, they do not need that. This St. Las Vegas team is very good, and we need pretty much every help that we can get. So Little Ben is going to have to be on one tonight. With that being said, of course, should have the game starting any minute now. Currently still waiting in the lobby for everything to get started, but I don't think I have any other announcements for you. Oh wait, that's a lie, I do. So now that we are officially live streaming, you guys 4 days a week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, will get a dose of yours truly and potentially someone else, potentially a guest, potentially other coaches, all that fun stuff. Because we will be live every single day as long as this goes well. So what do I mean by that? I mean every single night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we will have either Fortnite, Rocket League, Apex, Valorant, or Overwatch being live streamed. To give you guys a little bit more of a specific schedule, Mondays are Fortnite Duos nights. Tuesdays are Overwatch nights. Wednesdays are either Rocket League or Apex nights. And then Thursdays are obviously Valorant nights. As we continue to wait here, I have to apologize very quickly that if I'm ever looking away or a little distracted for anything, it is just myself getting communication from either Coach Andrew or Coach Ben, as I am the host of the lobby, of course, so I have to keep an eye out on the game and make sure everything's going well before we get into match. That way, obviously, everything's running smoothly. Talking to Coach Ben, we are very excited about the match. I know he's excited about the match. Coach Ben wants to win. And honestly, I expect to win too. I've seen a lot of these guys play before. Maybe you guys have seen them through the recordings or anything. Our Smite is a very good team. Smite is a very capable team of taking a victory here, and we expect a victory. If they get this victory, they should pretty much have first place in their division secured, and that's what we expect from them. We want to see them do well. They just climb divisions up this season, so would be a really great way to kind of make a bang and get first place in the regular season and then potentially win in playoffs. Excuse me. As we continue to talk about, we have some Valorant players kind of surrounding me, kind of excited about the stream and it being officially live, and some reading chat, some waving, all that fun stuff. They are trying their best to stay calm, to stay locked in, and as I am as well. It's a really interesting thing to see at this level of competition where these kids are getting real life experience that they definitely don't get anywhere else. How many other kids are going to say that they're going to get the opportunity to come up here live on camera and to get interviewed or to say that they are streamed live, and all of that experience is something that's going to help them not only right now, but also in the future as they go to college and really build that resume of different experiences and skills that if they do want to take this further, they have the opportunities to. So should be loading into the game any minute now. I have to apologize a little bit for the delay. I'm not totally sure what's happening. Typically, we're started by now as it's creeping towards... Currently waiting for the other team to join. Just getting an update from our head coach, Coach Connor. So any minute now, should be waiting. Or any minute now, should be starting. We also have the other Valorant team competing tonight. Since we're not live with Smite yet, I'll talk about them a little bit. So we have Nitro competing, also playing a division rival. They're also playing for first place. So very high stakes night Valorant-wise for us tonight. Unfortunately, we won't be able to stream that match just because of the capabilities of our setup and everything. But that does not mean they will never be streamed. Of course, they will be streamed later on. Right now, with the severity of the match for Smite, we are just focusing on them tonight. And it's a team that I have a lot of familiarity casting and very used to. So, and it looks like I am going to get a guest as he potentially steps up here as he just arrives. We will continue to wait to see the update on that. And here he comes, the great Apex coach, Coach Johnathan.
Howdy, howdy, Christian. What's up, everybody?
How are we doing tonight, Coach Johnathan?
You know, I just had a crazy session at the gym, not going to lie, so I'm feeling great. I'm ready for some intense Valorant competition now.
Perfect.
And how are you?
Hey, you know, I'm doing all right. It feels nice to finally be live up here, of course, and I'm excited to have you up here with me casting Valorant.
You know, we've been through a lot of practice casts, and now the big show's arrived, so I'm excited too.
Just really quickly here, just scrolling through servers, trying to find which one seems to be the most balanced. Think it's going to be Illinois, it looks like. It's hard to say for sure. Yeah, I think it's going to be either Illinois or Texas. We'll lock in Texas for now and see if we get some feedback. See if I can't flag down Coach Ben. So Coach Johnathan, talk to me a little bit about your Valorant expertise. Obviously, you're not the Valorant coach by any means, but let me know. Let the people know what you know about the game.
Okay, so the people are going to learn that I am a KO one trick.
Okay.
So I am a KO one trick. I am all intel initiating. I will die flashing for my teammates. That's kind of how my flow with Valorant works. But outside of that, I enjoy the game. I think it's great. I think the competitive and, you know, the agent utility, all that is very, very fun. I used to be a Raze main, so I look forward to hopefully seeing some Raze gameplay, especially from the Camp Hill Squadron. I know we have a Raze main of our own.
All right, sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, and talking about the Raze, we could see Little Ben on Raze as he is definitely, maybe not a Raze main, but definitely a solid option for her. So
I definitely enjoyed seeing his Raze gameplay. I think last time I was watching them, I saw him double satchel charge into one of the sites with the rocket ultimate.
Yes.
Very enjoyable 3-piece that I saw. So I'm excited if Lil Ben's coming out with the Raze heat, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I obviously you weren't quite here yet, so we got to talk to Coach Ben a little bit about some of the stuff that he's expecting to see. Expecting to see a more traditional comp from Smite tonight instead of a little bit more of a hybrid or anything that we've seen before. So, Coach Johnathan, how do you feel about the more traditional, you know, 2 duelists, 1 smoke, 1 initiator, 1 sentinel kind of comp, especially on a map like Bind?
So on a map like Bind, me personally, definitely one smoke gets the job done for a map like Bind. Also, it's one of the original maps, so we kind of just, everyone has that really flow to it. So even I feel like if we were to double up on certain classes, we kind of know the map enough to really just really experiment and fluctuate with the composition here. So honestly, I think the double duelist, the traditional meta, is just, there's really not much to change about it.
Perfect. All right, everyone, we have officially switched to the game. So now you are seeing the game. Going over just the people and who they're playing. As we saw, we kind of predicted it, and we were right. Little Ben on the Raze. I know Coach Jonathan's got to be happy about that one.
Love Raze. Raze is great.
We see Evie on Gecko. We see Evan on Reyna. We see Lynn on KJ or Killjoy, and we see Colin on Clove. So no real shockers here. This is actually a pretty typical comp for them. A little surprised that we didn't see Lynn go Cypher instead of Killjoy. She does kind of switch back and forth, so not a huge shock, but again, doesn't really surprise me. Everyone else here looking very standard, so really interesting to see how they do this game as we officially get underway.
I think to run KJ on Bind is a little more acceptable. I think more traditional 3-lane or 3-site maps, I should say, you would see that Cypher, especially whenever I would try to play those agents. I feel like having multiple tripwires everywhere cover more ground versus KJ is more of a lockdown situation.
Perfect.
So I definitely enjoy the KJ. We talked about the Raze. I do like the Gecko for initiation. Gecko definitely outshines my personal pick of KO because of the utility. But yeah, outside of that, I think is a very solid composition. I think Reyna at this point as a duelist is as a staple.
Yeah, absolutely. And give me 1 second here as I just turn back on the audio so you guys can hear the game.
That would help.
Yes, absolutely.
That would help.
We had to turn it off for the music, and you know. We figure things out as we go here.
All right, so we're starting on the defense. We have the... See how the setup goes up so far.
So it looks like we're splitting 3-2.
Okay.
We're gonna watch Lynn. We were highlighting her a little bit as we were just talking about her setups. And Lynn actually plays this map very well. She knows her role. She's a very role-based player. So it'll be really interesting to see how she kind of handles this first defense, depending if she gets push B.
Yeah, I definitely like the KJ pick here. We see the standard the turret there on above, so we don't even have to peek to actually get that information. So pretty standard.
Yep. So instantly we see the push go A, and Evie already finds one and finds another.
That's a great two-piece, especially through the Viper smoke wall. That's
Colin
another.
finds one, and wow.
So, we couldn't get the words out before the round finished.
So much was happening, we couldn't even say it. What a great round from Smite to really set the tone of this game. That they are not going to be some pushover team. That they are here to win.
This is a rivalry match, I believe. So.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Definitely setting a pace there. So I believe we are running another similar setup to the previous one.
Yep.
Okay. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Exactly. Looks like we're seeing here a little bit of the jump assist and Colin on the Marshall, I believe, or the Outlaw, one of those two.
I didn't quite get to see the gun before
It
the
is
wall.
the Marshall.
It is the Marshall. Although the Outlaw has been a very interesting addition.
It has been.
Blending between the Op and the Marshall.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we might have another A push. Well, let's see if they keep Colin. Evie finds one.
Spike down.
It's a great first initiation again. I think that's a second first blood.
Yes. Evie finds another. Wow. She's on one tonight.
Gun here.
I would not be challenging that teleport hallway right there. Definitely would not be challenging that. And we have the Reyna there on the refrag as well.
One enemy remaining. Spike down.
There we go.
There it is.
Another cut and dry round.
And this is what we expect to see from them. Well, obviously, maybe going a little better than we can expect, but quick, simple, easy rounds is a very high expectation, and is an expectation that Smite can absolutely do and maintain.
Now, what I am curious to see as I'm looking at the composition here, I'm kind of Now, I wouldn't say worried, but on our attacking rounds, if you notice, they have the KJ and the Viper, so I feel like we're going to run into a little bit more of a defensive showdown, so to speak, between the two. We have that traditional KJ, but as I'm seeing, we also have a Viper on the other side.
And the Cypher as well.
Yeah, very defensive, heavy composition. So, you know, the offense is going pretty well as of right now, but I am very interested to see how the defense folds out because it's very defensive, heavy composition.
Absolutely. So talk to me a little about more about this prediction. Are you expecting maybe Las Vegas to try and get maybe a round, maybe 2, maybe 3 on attack, and then hold and completely lock down on defense?
We could look at a map curse. You know, every map has a round curse to come around to it. I feel like on offense for them, they would have to. It's more of a post-plant situation. They're heavy defensive composition. And we just see a 3-piece right there from the KJ.
Absolutely. KJ popping off just Evan now. He's got a 1v3. Let's see if he can clutch this for his team.
He's playing Reyna, so if there's anyone to do it, it's the Reyna.
And he does find one.
One enemy remaining.
He finds 2. Let's see if he can find the 3rd.
Oh, unlucky. Still an elbow. Although if it was a character to do it, it would have been Reyna.
Absolutely. And even though he didn't end up winning the round, a great showing from Evan.
Very great showing. Very great showing. Almost got there. It's a 50-50 on which side they are going to peek out of that situation. And unfortunately, they were almost 3 deep in elbow. They had one on bomb still, but 3 deep in elbow, that's kind of hard to deal with.
We see the KJ ult for the other team already. Don't expect to see it quite yet, but could see it at some point potentially.
I feel like if they're going to KJ ult here, it would be a post-plant situation, kind of like how you would with the Viper ultimate.
Yep.
So I'm curious to see if they do get site control, that KJ ult coming down.
Looks like we're going to see some contact on A.
There's a heavy push on A. Traditional Viper lineup right there with a flash. We're going to see going into lanterns, I believe.
Little Ben already getting picked off, and there it is. We do see the KJ ult.
Planted.
You know, I'd like to think we know what we're talking about here.
Yeah, so maybe sometimes. Maybe sometimes.
There it is. They push through. They get that site control. Spike is down. KJ ult going through. Although we do get the refrag.
Evan finding one, even with the ult.
Okay, that's a Viper down, which means that wall will come down and stay down.
Unfortunately picked off there.
Generator boxes, I believe. Yep, that's
finding one and finding 2.
An insane flank by Evie. Nicely done.
You know, Jonathan, you missed it earlier, but I was saying that this game was going to, you know, me and Coach Ben were predicting that this game was going to depend on Evie quite a bit and, you know, how she does and if she's on game tonight or maybe she's a little off. And right now, looking at the scoreboard and just kind of knowing, she's on game. I mean, currently top fragging for her team.
I think we've seen 2 first bloods right off the rip and then right there with the perfect flank through lights.
Absolutely.
To clean up the pesky players on boxes and generator there.
Placing swarm grenade.
So we're going to continue to watch her for now, see if she can't.
No, I feel like we owe it to her. I feel like we owe it to her. The first bloods have been there. I feel like the action, if it's going to happen, this is the POV for it.
Yep. No contact yet.
You know, it's interesting as an initiator to be the one top fragging because it feels like you're initiating for yourself to be your own fragging. And here we are. We're going to send out Wingman, I believe, right?
Yep.
Do some scouting.
She might be going for a full flank. It looks like we do have some contact on A site. Fine
Colin with
here.
one. Yep.
Reloading.
Little Ben and Colin trying their best to clear some angles, clear some corners.
Showers, nothing yet.
We're going to go back to Evie here. She's on the full flank, and we're going to see the Gecko ult come through.
Gecko ult coming through. We are sniffing them out.
Clearing as much as she can. She doesn't find anything.
They might be stalled up in showers.
Yup.
One enemy
Looks
remaining.
like Little Ben finding 3
And
in
that's
total.
3 on the round. Okay, okay.
You see the flash. Doesn't find
Nothing
anyone.
coming through. In the back.
There it is. Wow.
Nice. A good 4.
Great round from Little Ben.
Showers. Look at that.
If you've never seen a
Well,
massacre,
you know,
need a drop.
for a rivalry game, this is looking like a little bit of a blowout, at least so far.
It is a little bit, but like we talked about, we are looking at a very heavy defensive composition. So I feel like if there's any time for resistance, it's going to be on the coin flip here.
I would agree.
And that might be their strategy going into it.
So Coach Jonathan, obviously not the Valorant player, but
They
as
don't
the
have a
Apex
chance.
player, if you're on Las Vegas right now, what are you saying to your team to make sure that their mental's not going, to make sure that they are still in this and still believe that this is a very capable win?
Okay, so based off of, again, with the heavy composition here, there is a good entry frag there. We do have utility out of the raids. So honestly, in my opinion, I would want to make sure that my Viper is still playing their game, you know, getting those lineups and trying to spice things up to get raised in there to get the true entry fragging in there instead of losing these very early engagement in duels. You know, even utilizing some smokes here. You know, as weird as it is, you could Viper smoke shotgun.
Yeah. Let's see the Raze ult. See if he finds anyone. Does
Nothing in hookah.
He did see the Cypher up there, but
Though they do take the Cypher out. Now, personally, I feel like as a crazy entry Raze enthusiast, I do like to see, you know, the satchel charge in, you know, really do the entry. More of a defensive
Spike
ultimate
down,
is what we
B.
saw there.
yup.
But now we're down to the one single Raze left.
And having control of Spike now, Smite could just
Out of charge.
kind of wait, and there it is, as we're saying.
There it is. It's kind of hard to keep up with the kiddos.
It really is. They're just
Yeah,
on a roll. They're doing it so quick.
We talk about the fundamentals, then boom, we blink and the round's over. They are on it tonight.
Yup, absolutely. Smite playing out of their minds right now.
Now, I'm going to pick your brain a little bit because you've seen the kiddos play a lot more than
course.
I have. Okay, so with the traditional composition, is this our map pick?
No.
So this is their map pick.
This is their
okay?
map pick.
And this is and then our standard composition going into this is just
Correct.
seems to be flowing seamlessly,
Yep.
okay?
So this is a map that I know Coach Ben prefers. So we have picked this map in the past quite a bit, but
I see the comfort.
yes. But overall, their map pick. We have a lot of action going A site here.
Okay, notice the change in the Viper wall angle. So I think it is a straight push right through
Yep.
showers. They
One
cut the
enemy
site in
remaining.
half. Although the free fire's going through the Viper wall doesn't change anything.
Wow. Great teamwork, communication. We have to assume was on point there. And we just got a message from our good head coach, Coach Connor, that saying that this is a very defensive-heavy map.
Absolutely, and I
Defensive
believe
favored,
I believe
so-
that's why we see the triple defensive composition on the opposite
Yup.
side there again with the Viper, the Cypher, and the KJ.
Absolutely. You know, probably not a bold prediction to assume that they're just going to try and get as many rounds as they can on attack, even if it's one or two, and they're just going to try and lock down
And then
defense.
they're just going to shut down on defense.
Yup.
Yep.
Currently watching Colin. He loves his peek. Wow, Evan finding a quick one. Let's find
And
Evan.
very quick. You know,
Evan finding another.
I would like to think that the showers are out of service. I don't think I should be challenging showers at this point.
They are broken. They are
They're
off.
closed.
Yes.
Off limits. The jump peak there, that's more information. All right.
Knows the ciphers there.
Reloading.
That's also such a hard thing when you're running ciphers. There's almost very little offensive utility going in with the cipher. It's all post plant for this
Yup.
composition. So
Another one from Evan. And another.
trade.
Let's see if he can find the ace.
do we give it to him?
He wants it.
Do we give it to him? Oh, there's the
Colin.
information.
Colin not able to find anyone with the ult. Doesn't
What are the
find
odds
anyone.
they're saving op? What are the odds?
With 30 seconds left? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
that-
greedy.
That would be
30
crazy.
seconds.
That would be crazy.
Oh, he's sitting in lights.
Evan
Oh.
called out. Now Lynn and Evie left.
Now they do
Spike
have time
planted.
on their side.
Yup.
Okay, Spike does go down.
And
There's-
Evie finds him.
finds him right there. Very nice. We'll take it. We'll take it.
A little unlucky, unfortunate there from Evan that he doesn't find the ace, but his team maybe would have cleaned it up and get the round win for him. Smite just continuing to play their game, to handle Las Vegas.
Very much so. Very much so.
And with a more defensive comp, maybe this is what Smite wants to do. They want to set that tone, try to make Las Vegas get in their heads quite a bit, and then when they do switch to that defense, maybe it's too late. You know, maybe it's too late.
Definitely riding on the side switch.
Yes. Let's see if Evie can find another first blood.
I feel like she's won every encounter on this side.
Looks like we have some pings on A, though. Let's find little Ben, see if we have any intel. We do see some shots from Colin. Looks like they're just into the smoke, though.
So no Viper wall yet. So there's actually the wall coming up now, going over to the opposite site.
We are pushing B site, as you just mentioned, with the Viper wall. Do hear some TPs coming through.
This could be a fake.
True.
Although it appears that does not matter. There's the fake. We read the fake.
Yup.
Setup is there. Showers again off limits, ladies and gentlemen.
Little Ben, in a not great position here. Does have some people shooting at him from
One
different
enemy
angles.
remaining.
I feel like once we pick up that angle, he'll be okay. Showers.
Pushes it.
And there's
Colin
the refrag.
cleans it up. Wow. Great round.
I feel like the Viper wall really sets the tone off of early engagement. We we see the lineup come down. We kind of figure out what site they're kind of going for, and even with the fake, we're able to just sit in such a power position over Showers. Again, I believe they're off limits, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. The fact that, and maybe you would know a little more than myself, but the fact that Smite is single-handedly locking down one of the two main points of entry onto A site, that being Showers, is really limiting what Las Vegas can do if they want to push onto A site.
Oh, absolutely. This map, in my opinion, is pretty cut dry and linear when it comes to ways of pushing through. So this really comes down to utility, and they just don't have that aggressive utility to, really push through.
We see Evan find another in Showers. That man's just living in there.
Rent-free, in fact.
Absolutely.
So the Viper wall, traditional Viper wall goes down. We do get some sprays going through. It's a 3-3.
It is 3-3 currently, and we see the KJ
KJ
ult.
ult goes down again.
Colin gonna try and maybe find a couple quick picks, and maybe the Viper ult as well.
Spike
Really
planted.
trying to secure
Here's
this
that
side.
post plant we talked about.
Yup.
So we do have our initiators still.
Correct.
We have some Clove magic to work. We do not have any of the, the duelist capabilities. So this is kind of defensive versus defensive.
Absolutely. We see Evie going through lambs. Switch to Evie, see if she can find anybody. She does find one, and picks up the kill.
Mosh pit.
Unfortunately, unable to find the
player
KJ.
standing.
Just
One
Colin.
enemy remaining.
He finds the Viper.
Nicely
KJ.
done. Not quite fast enough, but very, very traditional kind of post plant situation that we figured there.
And making them waste two ults here. I mean, obviously
That was a
giving them
KJ
the
and a
round,
Viper
but
ult. That
yes.
is very true. That is a great point to make about the economy on both sides. That was two entire lockdown ultimates being used there.
Taking a quick peek at the economy, we see Colin sitting with 7,000 credits, pretty much able to cover any of his teammates that need it.
Yeah, you're full buying rifles at this point. You
Yup.
kind of the way. I mean, it is 8-2.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
It is
fair.
8-2.
Las Vegas' economy not being bad by any means either.
We're coming off of a round win. That is a huge swing in
Yup.
the economy right there. So we might.
Grenade.
Although strategy hasn't been the greatest, at least the guns are at level.
We do see the Raze and the Gecko ult for Smite on this round, so we could potentially see one of them come out. Would not surprise me if we see the Raze ult, especially if they do push A. But it looks like they are not. They might be pushing B. Finding Evie here. She's gonna
Evie
find
playing
one.
that even slower. Nice trade there. We do get the first pick, so that's the information.
Going back to Lynn here. See if Lynn can finally jumpstart herself here.
Spike planted.
Got one.
Lynn maybe panicking a little bit.
One
I feel like she
enemy
killed
remaining.
someone through the smoke. She didn't intentionally get there,
I
but
think
that's a great kill right
I
there.
think she got someone with her grenade or with her turret maybe or something, but I think did get one.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Very good lockdown.
9-2 here. Man, we might see the 9-3 curse going in
Last
the
round before the
switch.
switch.
As casters, we really don't want to bring that one up, but if we're gonna call it how it is, there is a potential. I think they got 3 ultimate. We still have not seen the Raze ult yet.
True.
So
we did see. So Little Ben must have used his ult. We must have missed it. But now 3 ults for Las Vegas. Them now also
if they
having
were
the
to
Raze
push
ult.
the curse narrative, this is the time.
Yes. And maybe a little bit more of an aggressive push this time. Maybe traditional Viper Wall and a flash, and then a Raze ult. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw
Yeah,
that.
that would be a way to blow open a site.
Exactly.
That would be a way to blow up their site. Although I think we're ready for this.
I would agree. No contact yet.
Not quite sure did the... Oh. Okay, so there is the...
I believe that's the Brimstone ult.
That's the Brim Quake, yep.
Little Ben finding
despite
him.
that, Little Ben does take him down.
Spike
And Little
planted.
Ben getting picked off shortly after.
Short trade in showers.
Evan finding one. Did get some shots on the Viper. Didn't find the kill though.
I believe we just... I was about to say, I think we saw the Cypher cam, so we saw the dart come through. It's all information we need.
Yep. And Colin eliminating the Raze, so we're not going to see the Raze ult, which has got to hurt Las Vegas.
One enemy remaining.
Lynn finding one.
Defuse is there. They're
And
all
Colin
playing
finding the
off-site.
last.
Very
Wow.
well. 10-2, ladies.
And now, I hate to bring it up, but this is Las
Switching
Vegas'
sides.
chance. We've talked about it. We predicted that this is where they were going to favor this game, and they got to turn it on, and it's got to be now, unfortunately.
It is that moment that they got to turn it around. Although, there is a lot to overcome. That is an
Absolutely.
8-round deficit before
Absolutely.
even taking over. That gives us a lot of time to bring in strategy, spice things up a little bit, and really figure out how they want to hold down sites. Although, since they are running that heavy defensive composition, we got to play slower with the Cypher tripwires.
Correct.
We have to deal with smokes on the other side. The KJ.
I think one of the things that I want to highlight Coach Ben on is that he's not afraid to be creative. He has so much trust in this Smite team that he's not afraid to try something new or give them the reins and really wait until they get some intel before they do something a little unique that might throw the other team off guard. And it's very possible we're going to see that. And we kind of see it right now as we see the decoy with Evan go by himself to B site. Probably make some noise.
Definitely want to try to throw a curveball in there. Although, as we see, there's the Viper Wall. We saw the KJ Molly, so to speak. Kind of really sniffing out this bomb site.
See the Raze grenade come out. Evan just gets out of it. He's going to TP to group up with his team. And now we're going to have a full A site push here.
Spike down A.
We do have a quick trade coming out.
A lot of smoke utilities. This is that problem we talked about.
Last player
Very
standing.
defensive heavy. All down to Colin.
Team Ace.
Colin,
Unfortunately, Light is there to trade.
Yep.
This is that prime example right there, is where with that heavy defensive composition, there's a lot to go through, a lot of sifting through, a lot of information to gather, and by then, it might just be too late.
so if you're on Smite right now and you had to choose which Sentinel you want to run at, would you rather run it to KJ or would you rather run it to Cypher if you are trying to get a site and maintain a site?
If I'm going to have to choose between the two, I would choose the Cypher simply because, that KJ has a lot of offensive utility still built into that defensive kit, whereas Cypher, it's kind of just, okay, you see camera, you shoot camera, you see wire, you shoot the wire.
Yup. Wow, Evan getting picked off very quickly there. Not great for Smite.
That new outlaw.
It hurts. We talked about it. You see the Viper Wall come out. Looks like we might see TP here. We do see a 4-stack go through TP.
Another point towards the Clove ult. We're going to see a lot of utility being thrown into the shower.
Yup.
Someone's there. Right here.
Although we did not see a Gecko flash. Although walking into the bomb site blind, that does bring down one.
Yup. And
The crossover
Colin.
to showers is hard as well.
yup. We're missing a couple of shots there.
Last player standing.
Wins to find one. Unfortunately, it just gets bum rushed.
All right, so this is that wall that we're talking about. Definitely going to take some creativity. I think it's a pacing thing as well. You know, you don't want to take too long because you still have a lot of utility to clear out, but at the same time, you don't want to let them. You know, honestly, that might be a thing that we could even try. Is, you know, they play a little too slow, get them a little antsy, and then they walk into us.
So in your knowledge, what would you would you recommend a fast, quick push? Would you recommend that really slowing down and seeing what the other team can do, or what are you telling the team if you're Coach Ben?
So if I'm Coach Ben, I mean, me personally, I'm more of a methodical player. So seeing that there's a very defensive-heavy composition is kind of a lot of hard utility. My worry about playing aggressively is to just play into that utility that they have, and then, you know, you don't want to die for free. We saw that walking into the site blind from showers earlier. Just, you see they're closing their eyes. They're figuring things out.
And little Ben, this time being the one that gets picked off quickly. Smite definitely gonna have to figure it out.
Somebody's there.
There is the initiator flash. We know where one is. Molly on top of the box.
Evan,
we do get a trade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some good shots going here
That
from Lynn
concussion
and
is hard
Evie.
there.
Yep.
He's gonna slow that a little bit. Okay, now is a
Evie.
2v1 opportunity here.
Popping off this round with
You do get to walk into the site. I think that we do know that they're in back site, probably in elbow. This is the post plant situation. This is now we get to play slow.
Yup.
We get to play defensively here, and it's all down to the Cypher. Again, Cypher is a
Last
very
player standing.
defensive heavy character and just no aggressive util. Even that cage could play into our favor right there.
Unfortunately, Evie unable to find him.
Yeah, so right there, I think play a little bit slower. We do have the bomb down. We have a time on our side. And again, that cage can kind of play into us. We could back up out of the cage.
Yep.
Or you could even sit into the cage because they still have to kind of push the cage or, you know, try to sneak a defuse in between there. I'd like to see just a little slower pace.
Absolutely, I agree. And right there, the beginning of that round, you know, we figured it out. Now we just gotta secure the round. So Smite definitely on the right track here. Bloxveg is still doing a good job at kind of holding them down, though.
It's more of, okay, now that we know the cracks in the armor, we just gotta, you know, execute post plant.
How can we get those critical hits on the
Exactly. How do we
armor?
How do we pierce through it? We see the crack. It's all about getting through it at the end of the day. And I would like to see Ben, a little Ben there, you know. We do get a trade though onto the other raids, but I would like to see our duelists really try to break things open. And I think we're getting that push in. Clove smokes it down.
We see two ults this round. We saw the Gecko ult, and we're seeing the Rain ult right now. Evan very confident with the Rain ult.
As he should be.
Three.
Finds three on the round. And it's just a KJ, I would imagine, hiding in the back. Yep, there she is. And there we go. Nicely done. So, you know, I didn't get to speak fast enough because the kids, you know, they do it better than I do.
Yep.
But there was a duelist entry, you know, absolutely brute forcing it right through there. Although, of course, we'd like to see the Rays live through all that. But the Rain ult coming through, really getting those frags in, really helped break through that iron. And I think they chose the best site to do it.
I agree.
I don't think I saw any KJ utility, you know, blocking enough. I think they really sold it to the other site and got to walk in for free for a little bit there.
Yeah, and I think that Smite has realized that, at least these past couple rounds, they've committing so much to B. Typically, we're seeing at least a Viper and one of the other sentinels go there. So A is kind of more open, but are going to avoid the Raze ult there.
So the Reyna coming in, getting two already.
Evan absolutely playing out of his mind.
And we're just walking to the site with confidence.
Unfortunately, they were getting picked off.
The Viper refrag there. We do have a plant. Okay, they're shooting the back now. It's just the Viper. Definitely probably playing in that backside. Drop down. Oh, actually, stand corrected. She's in lights.
Yep.
All we have to do here is hold each entrance, each exit, each entrance. There's a peek kill. Nicely done.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right.
It is all down. One more round. And I think we figured out how to, you know, hit that critical spot.
I would agree. At this point, when we Smite on match point, and definitely hoping just to get this round win and get out of here.
Now, we did mention pacing earlier, and you asked me I would be more methodical, but clearly, just jumping in guns blazing, Anyways, I started blasting, and we're just opening these sites wide open.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
It's the cheesy saying, but it's been working, so.
And I do like the site change here. So after punching them right through the gut of the other bomb site, we move over to the other. Although it appears like we were waiting in hookah ready for the switch.
Yeah, absolutely. Great kill there from that Viper on Las Vegas, picking off Evan. We see a little bit of a scatter here. Smite needs to not panic too much.
I am liking, Vegas made that adjustment really quickly, and I see a lot of utility already being used to win those early engagements. I don't think we sold the fake quite well, but there's the refrag.
Yep.
So that balances that out 4-4. And now we kind of just, I feel like we're going to end up being a little more slow and methodical coming into this now that they know which site we're pushing.
Here. Right there.
We still do have the Clove ult.
Destroyed. There.
But we see Las Vegas having the Cypher and the Viper ult.
We're peeking through our wall bangs. Trades are going out through. We still do have. Okay, so we're just going. We TP
left.
over.
I believe so.
We're
Yep.
gonna swap sites once again. Little bait and switch over and over.
We saw Colin there get the trade, instantly use his ult, but lose the gunfight, unfortunately.
Okay, we did see Cypher still up. I saw the cam dart come through, so now it's just slowing down the rotate. Although we do have a raise ult here.
Yes, we
They
do.
walk onto the bomb site.
Evie finds one.
Last player
This is
standing.
All right.
the second one. Let's see if we see the ult here. Oh, here it comes. We're gonna shoot it on the bomb just to delay the defuse. Maybe a little too early there from the
Yeah, I
end.
would like to say it would be a little too soon. Just got to give them a chance to get on it.
Yo. Maybe even waiting for the audio cue, waiting till you hear that tap.
Yeah, the tap. Although they do sell it. The kids are all smart enough to sell it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely could bait it. Maybe just wait for the second tap.
Yeah.
Can I get a drop?
Not bad, not bad. We're going into this expecting a heavy defensive presence. We're seeing it. It's all about just how creative can we really get to, spread out their resources.
Absolutely.
Take those individual 1v1s to, less utility we have to deal with, the better. So I do like how we're swapping sites around. I do like the instant rush of bombardment. Change the pace.
And Las Vegas has to be given some props here. Going in the half down 10-2, absolutely battling back.
They are battling back, absolutely. We'll tip the hat.
We see two ults,
Enemy
one on
spotted.
Smite that's doing the Gecko ult from E, and the Viper on Las Vegas having an ult. And there goes the Gecko ult. See if she can find anyone.
A lot of information. Now we do see the lights go through, but with the Gecko ult, we do know that we can clear all the way to the back of the site.
A lot of trades going here.
Oh, the Cypher is absolutely going crazy.
Absolutely.
That lights angle really causing a problem.
Last player standing.
And there's that pinch coming in
Spike
the
down.
showers.
A.
I just don't think Colin's gonna have a lot of options here. Showers is still being closed down. It's closed down for
It's a
construction.
mess in showers. It is a mess. Between both teams, using their utility, I feel like outside of those 2 rounds where we kind of really flew through it, now everyone's just like, it's all right.
Absolutely.
That lane is completely closed off. We got to try something else, whether that be through middle, whether that be through, changing to the other bomb site. It's definitely difficult to play the game when both teams are able to take away solid options to a very linear, this map's been out for a while. We kind of know how the flow goes, so.
Looks like we're seeing maybe a save here from Smite.
I think we might have half bought,
There.
if
Yes,
that.
half
We do
bought
have
for
one
sure.
rifle. We got armor pistols though, so definitely want to keep the pressure up. I think next round, might see more.
Evan here getting cross-shotted through an A site. Has to be careful. Only on 25 HP. Does of course have the heal, but of course has to get a kill for that to work. looks like we have control of B site. Bomb just not being there, having to wait for Evie to come the whole way across.
I would like to see us all, like, you know, pack into the site a little bit, you know, take control, really.
See Colin missing
There's the
shots,
trade,
but
there's
the
the
trade
trade.
does come through. No one
I
looking
think
at
that's
elbow.
I was about to say, I think that came from elbow.
Evie's stuck where she's
Last
at.
player standing. Spike down B. 30
Wow.
seconds left.
So right there, once we... It's unfortunate that the spike wasn't on that side already. I think once we do clear that site entirely, we definitely got to all pile in, take some angles, really lock that down.
And I think the most unfortunate thing about that was I loved the idea, but Evie being the last person to get the whole way across from A site, I think just taking too long, giving Las Vegas a clear idea of what Smite is trying to do.
Give them a chance to rotate over,
Yup.
or, you know, if people have been
Keep it
sitting and
cool.
holding different
That's
angles,
how
they
you
get to change their
survive.
approach to the situation.
And now we see 3 ults on the side of Las Vegas. Probably expecting to see 1 here. Currently watching Lynn. Little
We
Ben.
do take one out, though. A little
Yes.
bit with the entry there. So now we're only dealing with the Cypher and the Viper.
Welcome to my world.
We have a little bit of a split
Viper
there.
ult
The
does
Viper
come
ult.
down, you know. That's got to find the snake in the snake pit now. Definitely before bomb goes down, for sure.
Yep. Oh.
It's also something that's very hard to deal with is you can peek out from anywhere because that smoke covers everything.
Yep, and looks like we see a TP push here from Evie and Evan. Or Evie quickly getting picked off. Evan getting the trade though.
There was I do like that switch up right there. Good bait,
We're
change
gonna-
of pace. We do have sight control.
Yep, absolutely. Just about what I was gonna say.
There.
Currently
Really
doing their
looking
best.
really looking for Evan here to really hold this. And that
seconds.
blind's gonna
Sees the
come
two.
through.
Gets picked off quick though. They know exactly where they're at.
Again, right here, definitely.
One enemy
There's a
remaining.
kill on the hoop. Nicely done. A double wall bang through the bomb site.
Very
Gonna say, I would
nice.
like to see really slow, methodical. We don't want to, you know, we don't want to see the jumping the gun too early
Yup.
with the raise all earlier.
And something we talked about earlier, maybe the misuse of, but that time the sound cue came in clutch and used properly. I think we have to talk about Evan and Colin as well. Colin only being 1 kill behind Evan. Both of them playing out of their minds.
They played absolutely well. I mean, I think what had happened was when they realized their initiator is also entry fragging, they're like, okay, we got to step up a little bit.
Yup.
And I think once they stepped up and really started to really show their fragging capabilities, that helped with the pacing, along with you know, breaking through that triple defensive composition.
Absolutely, I would agree.
So absolutely, I think it was a 4K with was it round 11? I think it was a 4K off of Evan.
Yeah, he had a 1 4K at one point.
I think it was the 4K off of that bomb site there that really, I think, gave them the confidence to really push through and play throughout that very heavy defensive composition.
I would agree. Well, now as I talked about a little bit earlier, this is honestly probably one of my favorite segments where I get to do some interviews. So
We do.
Coach Johnathan, if you want to go ahead and give your headset probably to Evan, I think he's going to be our first interviewer. Or interviewee, I guess I should say. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the man, the myth, the absolute legend, Evan. Evan, talk to me a little bit about how that game went.
Well, I think getting into it, we were a little bit nervous just because, you know, we lost the grand finals last time, but this time we came back a lot better than we were last year, and we really did well.
So, you top fragging, playing out of your mind that game, almost getting an ace, I believe getting a couple 4K rounds. How does that feel for your ego and your momentum going into next week?
I felt really good. I did need to work on spraying. There were a couple spots where it was a little rough, but other than that, I don't think it was too bad. Next week, I'm hoping for just as good of a game.
Perfect. And so we saw a very defensive comp there from Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
What are you thinking and what are you guys saying in comms to making sure you're combating that the best from the beginning of the game to that final round where you guys took the W?
It's about the beginning of the attack, as you saw, didn't go too great, and then Coach kind of comes over and he goes, "How are you guys playing?" Just kind of chilling, and then he goes, "Well, you guys just if they're taking too long to rotate, just explode onto a site."
Yep.
That's what we did, and it worked immediately.
Perfect. And finally here, what are you guys hoping to take this week into your later weeks as we are, I believe, maybe 2-ish weeks away from playoffs?
Just looking to play better as a team, swing together more, probably better communications, and less crouching for me.
Perfect. All right, Evan, thank you so much for your time up here. If you want to go ahead and give your headset to Colin, I believe he's my next, go celebrate with your team a little bit.
All right, we'll do.
Holy crap.
Ladies and gentlemen, the number two, the guy, Colin. Colin, how did that game feel?
Amazing. So deserved. Such a deserved win. Honestly.
Perfect. So, Colin, obviously we saw you playing the Clove there, and Clove's not a crazy different choice for you. We see that's a pretty regular agent for you. How did it feel to play a smoke against a super defensive comp that we saw from Las Vegas? Is there anything different going through your mind than playing her against a maybe more traditional comp?
Like with defensive, I have to I would either spray through smoke, which I do every time.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear footsteps, I have to spray. Defense, since they were so defensive, I would smoke, then I would have to wait until I hear that footstep.
Okay.
So it's like way more waiting than
Okay.
normal because most people just push
Yeah.
like animals.
Perfect. So obviously we saw you second frag of the scoreboard. Tell me a little bit about how it feels to know that you have teammates like Evan and Evie and Little Ben and Lynn that all do their jobs, do their roles, and are just so solid at the game, so consistent that it has to take a lot of the pressure off you. So elaborate a little bit on that for me.
It makes it feel like I can play to my full potential. I don't have dumb teammates who just crouch spray by Odin and just be dumb and push every round.
Yup,
So it's better than my normal regular teammates that I get with ranked.
of course.
Yeah.
And finally, Colin, what are you guys hoping to take from this game and to continue to improve on as we get closer and closer to playoffs, which I believe are 2-3 weeks away, maybe?
Oh, we're gonna stay in first.
Stay in first.
Stay in first. That's for me one thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, he wants to stay in first.
Yeah.
Simple answer. Well, Colin, thank you for your time. I believe Coach Ben is going to be next. I don't know if he has anyone else lined up. If you want to go ahead and give the headset to Coach Ben and go celebrate with your team a little bit.
Whoa.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, cue the intro music. Here he comes,
Cue it, everybody.
the man,
Here we go.
the victor, Coach Ben. How do you feel after that performance?
I am feeling amazing. I'm feeling amazing after that. We played exactly how we prepped to. Obviously, our attack was a little shaky. The enemy team had a really good defense setup, especially with the Viper. But I think our defense just outshined way better, as we saw that 10-2 first half, extremely strong. Just gotta fix the attack side.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we talked a little bit before the match. What are you telling your team as soon as you see that defensive comp? Obviously, probably not something you're expecting. So what's going through your mind, and what are you telling the guys when you see that?
So we have a very tendency to worry as soon as we see the comp. So just kind of, reminding them that we are the better team as long as we stick to the stuff that we are learning here and the stuff that we've been practicing. And so, Viper obviously is a pretty solid pick on bind. We don't really run Viper, so it was interesting to actually play against. This is like our first time going up against Viper this season so far. So, we made the adjustments that we needed to. We played patient when we needed to, and overall it just worked out.
Perfect. A little bit before the game, off stream, and even a little bit on stream, we talked about certain players needing to make an impact, and we saw probably the two most important players that we talked about, Evie and Evan, needing to make an impact, and both of them did. So how does that feel for you?
Yes, it's great. Yeah, like you said, we needed those two players to make the impact. That was going to be the key decision in tonight's game. Are we going to take that lead and are we going to hold it? And we held it pretty well. Evie taking the leadership role, being the IGL for today's game. Definitely leading charge, did a phenomenal job. And Evan, now officially making that switch to duelist, has just been racking up kills.
Yeah, absolutely. And by any means, I don't want to not talk about Colin, because we consistently see Colin drop second, even top frag is the smoke. You gotta feel good to have him on the team as
100%.
a reliable, not even duelist pick, but just know he can frag out. So
100%. Colin is one of the most consistent players that we have on this team. And game after game after game, we see, a consistent 20 kills, 25, occasionally a 30. He frags out when he needs to, and tonight was the night that he needed to frag out.
And finally, Coach Ben, as we wrap it up here, obviously that keeping you guys in first place, being undefeated. Obviously, we want to keep that tone. Is there anything that you guys really want to focus down on as we move forward to playoffs?
For sure. Next week we're going to start working on our attack. Like I said, I think our attack tonight was definitely our weak point. And, as we saw, they started picking up steam, started going and going and going. So we just needed to make the adjustment, especially with a very defensive comp like that. So we're going to work on some stuff, get the kids kind of situated with some of the plays that we need to start running. But, in terms of the season, both teams looking very, very strong. I'm excited for playoffs. Beating our rivals for tonight.
Absolutely.
Beating our rivals for tonight. Very crucial key win for us. So I'm very excited, and I'm excited to get back to work.
Of course. Well, thank you so much, Coach Ben. If you want to stay up here and wish everyone goodbye, or if you want to go celebrate with your team,
Appreciate you all for tuning in.
Of course. Well, everyone, that is going to do it for us here at Valhalla and Camp Hill. Thank you from myself and Coach Ben, and for everybody here, Coach Connor, Coach Kyle, Coach Andrew, Coach Johnathan. That is going to be it for us tonight. Everyone, tune back in this coming Monday. I shouldn't say next Monday. This coming Monday, as we will have Fortnite duos live as well. And we will continue to be live yet again every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. From all of us here, thank you, everybody. Good night.
Have a good one, everybody.